Welcome everybody to the channel. If you're new, you're welcome. Welcome everybody to the channel. If you're new, you're welcome. Just me today out in the motor with my best mate Kato, who's a bit better today. He's had an injection. And not too bad. As I said, he's not been able to do too much walking because obviously his back leg is very delicate now. But as long as he gets out for 15-20 minutes, he's fine. Anyway, back to the BBC. Thanks again to all the new people subscribed to the channel. Trying to get up to 1,000, but seems to have gone quiet with the subscriptions. I don't know why, but some days you get some people subscribing to the channel, some days you don't. You know, that's fine. It's up to you. I appreciate anybody who's give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It's a big help to get my message across to people. Recently I was watching Chilly John and other channels connected with the BBC. I was in Chile now. I think he's moved property somewhere, and he's getting letters all the time. Well, you will get letters, because whatever you do, if you're just blagging the BBC off and you're not doing the declaration, I know it's a pain in the neck to do it, although party body, but I want to say that. But the point is, it's the only way you can stop the letters. They're just generated letters from Computer Bank in Darlington, where it's just a computer that runs out addresses. It just goes out daily, monthly, or whatever. Until that's been taken off the register, I've actually worked for a company who used to do non-payments of the council tax and arrears in credit cards and everything else. It's just a company that specialises in repeat mail, basically, warning letters, computerised generated letters. They're just letters that are just going to be generated by a computer to an address. You may have exceeded your not paid a bill or something, not paid this, not paid that. They're just generated letters everybody gets from various companies. And of course the BBC have a contract like Capita to come and collect non-payment. And I agree with Chilly John that you don't have to do the registration. You don't have to do it, folks. It's purely voluntary to stop the letters and to tell them you no longer watch the BBC programs and you don't need a license. It's that simple, folks. Now, if you've not replied, done the declaration, which is there, that's my letter there, last 2 years, if you've not done that declaration, you're going to keep getting letters no matter who you are, even if you're the Queen of England, or not the Queen, the King now. You'll get a reminder, because it's all on a computer register. Now, every household in this country who's got a TV or a house has to have technically a license. In the old days, when you had a TV, you had to buy a license, but that doesn't happen anymore. So the computer list of every household is still there, and they just generate new properties and everything else, and they are aware of new properties, new estates. I mean, this estate I'm coming to now, just past this new estate, just built a new place here, brand new 30 houses on this new plot. All them houses will get registered, and the BBC will know of all these new properties which come available, and they'll know that people there, so they get the addresses. Whoever's in there, whether it's an occupier or not, whoever's in there, they couldn't care less, because they've got a computer that'll just run out the letters when they get the addresses and just runs them out. If you don't buy the license for that particular property, and that's the situation at the moment. That's the monopoly they've got. I've just done a video about BBC Monopoly, about the live television. I've just done all that now. Like I told you, it's nothing you can do about it till the thing gets changed in 2027, when it's you, the public, can say, no, we don't want this anymore, and just say, no thank you, I don't want a license, I don't need one, and you just don't buy one anymore. There's two ways you can do it: just by blagging them off, just give them a blagging them off and just say, no, I'm not going to answer, going to just close my direct debit, not answer the letters, and you'll keep getting them forever. And the only way to stop the letters coming from Darlington, that's a generated, computerized letter making. I mean, the reason why they send so many different letters, eventually somebody can write a format which they want to do, a new one. Oh, I've not seen that letter before, because they just make things up. It's like a Mickey Mouse. Oh, you woke up, have you, Kato? You woke up. I woke him up. Sorry, I've been shouting a bit. Anyway, it's just a Mickey Mouse letter, and it could say, well, you've got to pay this, you've got to pay that, we're coming to visit you, we're coming to do this, we're coming to land on the moon next week or something, or whatever. Anything stupid, they just send it. And they change them around because, to try and run the company on fear, the TV license on fear. It's just fear. It's the same as the last video I just did there with the Cray twins. I thought I'd done a bit better than that. It's only done less than 150 views, but I thought it was a really good video. I tried. It took me 5 hours to do that video. Anyway, because I'm crap probably at editing. But anyway, as I said, that's what happens, folks. They're going to be letters generated by Capita. The BBC couldn't care less what they write in them. Like I told you, they couldn't care less. All they want you to do is pay the license fee, and they couldn't care less who lives there if it's the Queen of England, like I say.
What do you want? What do you want? Information. What do you want? What do you want? Information. What do you want? What do you want? Information. We want information. 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 We want information. 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 We want information. Information. Information.
But eventually, with the situation, it's like the horse and car. I'm driving a car now. I'm not going to go back to a horse and car. I love horses. I'd love to go back to a horse. But to get about now, you got a car. You wouldn't go back to a horse and car, or a horse. Like I told you, I like horses. But as I said, we've got a comfortable car here. The heater, not going to get soaking wet. Stuff like this, and it's reasonably be able to run a car now in this day and age. But like I said to you before, so you won't go back to sort of, once you become a declaration, you don't get your letters, and you do it every 2 years, eventually you say, yeah, I don't get your letters, they don't come my way. If they come knocking on your door, you know what to do if they come out, because they can come out and check it any time they want, whichever way you're doing it. Now, eventually, with so many people, they get 50,000 a week leaving, not paying it, 100,000 a month, and 5 million, 10 million people, between 5 and 10 million people are not paying the license anymore. To collect it, it's going to be virtually impossible. So the BBC will have to wake up and say, right, we've got to think of another way of getting the money. What do? Go commercial, subscription, like Netflix. We don't get Netflix sending a guy around and knocking on your door, or sending you letters saying, oh, we're sending you the stuff out. You're watching BBC, they think you're watching whether you're not watching. They couldn't care less, but it's going there, you've got to pay. And I said to them, I don't want to watch anymore. And I've told them this, so that's what it's about, folks. Once you tell them you're not watching, they don't want to bother you with it anymore. So, like I say, whichever way you're going to do it, if you do it what's been documented like here on this channel, that's why I'm doing it. If I get a letter off tomorrow, I won't get one till next February because I've got me 2 years. If I do, I'd let you know. If they come knocking on my door, I know what to do. I'm not scared of them because it's all fear. If they come knocking on my door, I just say, yes, who are you? Oh, you're Capita, are you? Well, you've come to the wrong place, mate, because I don't need a license here. And I've got my letter of declaration. I've already declared it. Oh, we need to check. You don't, because I've just told you. I'm not watching. I'm not watching BBC. I'm not watching any live programmes. I'm not watching, you know. And it's up to them then to prove you're guilty by doing something, by either getting a search warrant to come in your house, which they're not going to do. You just say, no, thank you, goodbye, and shut your door. So they know if you know the score, they're going to go to somewhere else. They're not going to try and get the police around, because the police are not interested. Basically, they've got enough to do. But like I told you, it won't happen. The police won't come round. They may come if they've got nothing else to do, but they'll say, oh no, it's not a TV licensing goon. I mean, they'd probably got a bit more with it's a bailiff, because they know sometimes the bailiffs can get antagonised very, very badly. So when they come to your door, you know what to do, folks. I've explained this to you so many times. I mean, the best video I got was a couple of thousand views, and I got some likes, and I got 2,000. I mean, I'm doing the best I can with the videos to point out the facts you need to know, and it's all documented here. It's not like, you know, the one-off thing. This is happening, folks. This is happening for real. And eventually the penny will drop with the BBC that, like myself, like Inspector C, I'll become Inspector C to tell you, if you can become like me, Inspector C, don't pay the TV license, you don't want to watch, you're not paying, that's your right. Eventually they'll say, well, there's too many people doing this. Oh, they might go after me, yeah? Good luck to them. I'm doing nothing wrong, I'm not watching, I'm not paying. As simple as that. Now, if I wanted to pay, I could change my mind and say, yeah, you know, but that's not what I want to do. You have a right to do this. It's all there. Now, as I said, if they went to the iPlayer on the iPlayer to become subscription, and it was something like £6 a month, £5.99, £7 a month at the moment, about £1 a day or something like that, you know, a reasonable amount. $5.99, something like that, because don't forget there's 70 million people living in this country now. These 70 million people, and of course, you know, with 70 million people, you know, $10.99 or $15.99 a month is a bit much. I would think they could do it around that figure, about £6 or £7 a month. You know, that is a fair price for what they're doing. That's what it is. That's what it should be. So if it went to subscription, I'd probably subscribe to the BBC. But there's only one way to make the change. That is, it's you, the public, out there. You know, I mean, if you need any advice what to do, you're worried about it. I know they think you're breaking the law and stuff like this, but you're not, because it's their stupidity by having an old system, and well, it's digital now, but it's an aerial that comes into your house, and they want to check 70 million people. Good luck to them. If you're unlucky that they do come round, if you're doing it the other way by just blagging them off and getting letters, if you know what to do, like I told you, if you know what to do, it's all there. It's all there, basically. What you know, do not open the door to them, really, unless you have to. You've got a camera, even better, camera bell, you know, doorbell. If you do open the door to them, they say, yes, who are you? film them if you want, if you know, film them, and just say, no, I don't need a license here, thank you, goodbye, and shut the door. Now, they can't do anything about that. It's only where they can get information if you're going to tell them something. Yeah, yes, I've got a TV. It's nothing to do with where I've got a TV, what I do in this house. It's nothing to do with you unless you go to a magistrate and get a search warrant. Oh, we need to investigate this gentleman. And they say, well, what evidence have you got? We haven't got any evidence as you're watching. So they need evidence to get a search warrant. And if you're not watching, how are they going to get evidence? I mean, I'm not a genius, but, you know, a court of law, if you're a barrister, if you get a solicitor, if my solicitor, I've got a solicitor, who, you know, there's a black belt barrister there who's very, very good. He'll give you some advice if you need it. The black belt barrister, he's not doing a lot with the TV license. Now, if I went to my solicitor and said, well, look, the BBC keep harassing me and saying, want to come and check, I will charge them a fee to come and check. And they won't like that. At the same time, they've got no evidence to come into my house that I'm watching and doing anything wrong. So, you know, that's their stupidity, of course. But like I said, folks, that's the way you do it. It's up to you whichever way you do it. There's no other way. You know, I can explain things to you. It's up to you whichever way you want to do it. I might just say I'm doing it my way because in my particular case it works for me. I'm happy with it, you know. Like I say, folks, whichever way you're doing it, there's a way of doing it to stop the BBC getting away with what they do at the moment. That means if everybody becomes like me, like I expect to see, and just does the declaration, they know that they're not getting any money coming in. You know, without the licence fee being paid to them, they're not going to get any income. As simple as that, folks. They're not going to get any income. And they'll have to go some other way of doing it. Let's face it, you know, we can all stop paying. Nobody wants to pay electric and gas bill, you know, but if you don't pay electric and gas, how are you going to heat yourself or have anything electric and gas, you know, a part of life, and water, you know, without that we don't survive. So it's a different thing. But of course, you don't have to have a TV, watch television, you know, don't have to. And that's the point I'm trying to make to people. That's your right. And that's what it's all about on this channel. That's why it's all documented here. Anyway, folks, I'm going to have to leave it here because it's getting dark quite quick. I've had to pick something up and it's gone quite dark. And anyway, folks, thanks again for all the new people who've subscribed to the channel. I mean, I thought I'd be up to 1,000 people by now. It'd be nice, but it's just taking its time. I don't know what it is, but it's just an achievement that you get when you get 1,000 people. Like I said, you know, you don't feel you're talking to nobody. But at the moment, it feels a bit strange. But anyway, folks, like I said before, like I told you, if they come to your door, all you got to remember: do not sign nothing, do not engage with them. Just say no, thank you, goodbye. That's all you need to do, folks. No matter which way you're doing it, whether you're doing it like declaration, like I've done, which I get no letters. They've not come to my house, and this is going to be probably the 6th year now. They could come. If they do come, I'll let you know. They'll be videoed, and they'll be on the channel for you all to see and see how I go on with them. Because I don't scare, you know, nothing to be scared of. And of course, you're living in your own home. It's your house. You don't have to be scared of them. Don't let them put fear into you. They're going to come round. You just open the door, wherever you're doing. Whichever way you're doing it, you know, it's up to you. That's a free society to do what you want. I'm just advising you. Say, well, all you have to say to them, like I told you, is no thank you, you shut your door, and that's it, folks. That's all you need to do, and it's bye-bye to them. And let them go and get a search warrant. And if they come back with a search warrant, make sure it's a signed search warrant. And one thing you've got to remember, if they do come back, don't get a coax cable or an aerial to plug in the back of the TV, because without an aerial coax aerial, they can't tune the television in. You know, you might have Wi-Fi or something, but as I said, you know, that's up for them to sort it out. But they can't do anything without an aerial lead, a coax cable. So anyway, don't have one of them in the house. Don't even do anything if you let them in. You don't have to. I'll do another video about letting people in. If you do let them in, there's one other video I was going to put up on YouTube because I want to go through it. But anyway, but you don't have to let them in, and don't ever want to let them in because I wouldn't trust them. They're bound to do something to try and stitch you up. But the point is, you don't need to, and that's all you need to do, folks. You say no thank you, goodbye, and shut your door. That's all you need to do, folks. Believe you me. Anyway, folks, thanks again to all the new people. Thanks, thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.
Yes, there's a TV set on number 5. It's in the front room. And they're watching Columbo. Yes, there's a TV set on number 5. It's in the front room. And they're watching Columbo.